Hey guys, Sam Landa here, and welcome to vlog number 3, where I'll be discussing the third S of the development model, which is support. So we've talked about security, we've talked about structure, and today obviously we'll be talking about support. And really what I'm going to be doing is giving you one tip to effectively support and encourage your children. It's just one tip, so it'll be easy to remember, and hopefully it'll be easy for you to apply with your children as well. So stay tuned. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and share with others who may also benefit from it. So stay tuned.
We'll be standing with our hands held high, reaching for a distant star. Whoa, yeah, we can't get that far.
So really this topic came up from a memory I had a couple of years ago, where I had a friend come over to my apartment, and we were just going to catch up on life and things that had been going on. We had become so busy that we didn't get to meet up as often as we used to. So he comes in, I'm working on some homework, doing some things, and as I'm working on my laptop, at some point in our conversation, maybe 15-20 minutes in, he looks at me and says, "Sam, is this how you're going to be with your children when you have your family? Are they going to have to fight for your attention?" And that question has just stuck with me throughout the years. And every time that I'm working on something, or if I have my phone and my boys are around and they're trying to get my attention, I remember that. And I purposely put it away so I can pay attention to whatever it is that they need. It's just engage them, play with them, whatever the case is, but I'm made aware of paying attention to them and putting my stuff to aside for those moments. So what I'm trying to share with that is the one tip that we need to know as parents is just to be present. Being present is to encourage, being present is supporting our children, right? So being present, but being present in 4 areas that I've seen where that will be influential in the lives of our children. But number 1 is the most obvious, is be present physically. Be around your children. Just find ways to be with them, and that can take many forms. Be in the same room, and you could just be watching TV, right? I'm gonna talk a little bit more about what it means to be present, but for being physically present, just be in the same room with your kids. See them, watch them play. Hold their hands, kiss them, hug them, just be with them, right? And it's something as simple as presence. And I always remember years ago we had what were called the Olympics at our school, and I was playing soccer. Soccer is my dad's favorite sport, and I didn't know he was gonna go. So I'm there playing, and all of a sudden I look over to the sidelines, and there he is. He wasn't cheering, he wasn't screaming, he wasn't doing anything really, but he was watching me play. So just his presence there was of an encouragement and support for me, because he was there for me. So a physical presence is important. Number 2, we need to be mentally present. And what I mean by mentally present is to listen to our children. Sometimes they have things to say. I have a 2-year-old, I have a 6-month-old, and what they say doesn't have any real meaning. It doesn't have any real value right now. The value is in me just listening to them. I'll have a conversation with them, even though my son's speaking gibberish. I'll just talk with him and ask him questions, and he'll respond in gibberish again. But I'm listening to him and portraying to him that I am listening to him, and I want that to carry on forward as he starts learning more words and more phrases and actually carrying on conversation. That's going to be very essential to building a relationship. So being present mentally is key, And for those of you who have older kids, asking questions, right? Putting your phone aside to ask questions and really be engaged with what it is that your child is talking about. It's always interesting to see kids who get angry, because they have so much emotion. They're sharing how angry they are and how they want to do this and how they want to do that. And all it takes is a simple question from a parent to kind of get them to move from the emotional mind to the more rational, logical mind. So if they're upset about something, just say, "Oh, really? Why did that happen?" And all of a sudden you force them to think about the situation and move away from the emotion. So as you continue to ask questions, you can kind of help them regulate their emotions just simply by asking questions. But we need to be mentally present. Thirdly, we need to be emotionally present. And emotionally present means that we try to meet their needs, okay? In the highs and lows, we're looking for ways to meet their needs, right? On the highs, what's a need that they could have on a high? Maybe they just want us to be there. Maybe they want us to throw a party, right? That's a way to be emotionally present, because we're providing that extra encouragement with other people, with their friends and other family members. But really, the emotional presence comes into play when they're struggling through something. So you'll see this a lot more with, middle childhood and definitely in the teen years. So for those of us who do have children in those age ranges, you want to look for those opportunities to be emotionally present, right? You're not always going to understand what it is they're going through, in the sense of they're going to feel that way. They're going to feel like we don't understand. Obviously, we've gone through certain experiences and we'll have an idea of what they're going through. But if we aren't emotionally present, we won't really be able to make an impact in those moments, right? So a lot of us have experiences, and very similar to those that our children would have. But if we're not emotionally present, we'll miss out on those opportunities. So seek to be emotionally present. And then lastly, I know not everyone who watches this video is a Christian, but for those of you guys who are, the last one would be to be spiritually present. And this one is essentially you sharing and modeling your relationship with Christ, right? Share with them what it is to have a relationship with Christ. Did they see you pray? Did they see you read your Bible? Did they see you talk about God to other people? Did they see you model that behavior at home, right? Children are very in tune with what we do, right? They hear what we say, but they follow what we model for them or what we do. So it's very important that they're able to hear you say or hear you talk about your faith, but also see you model your faith. And that includes going to church, that includes praying, that includes reading your Bible, all of those things. But more importantly, even than that, is sharing with them your heart for the Lord. Share that with them. They'll always remember the words, but what's really going to stamp or make a fingerprint in their hearts is what you model for them, that you were able to model what you said. And that's probably the hardest task that, us as parents have. Not so much because, it's a high calling, right? To be a parent is a high calling. It's a huge responsibility. But if we're already obeying the Lord and we're doing what He's asking us to do, obviously our children will be able to see that and be able to model that as well. So find these 4 ways to be present. So be present physically, be present mentally, be present emotionally, and be present spiritually, okay? Your children want you, okay? They don't want things, and they definitely don't want anyone else at those times. They want you, okay? So we need to be present in these 4 areas in order for them to see that as a reality. And by the way, each of these 4 elements that I discussed can be obviously applied to our current relationships and friendships as well. So again, if you can, please like, comment, and share this video so others may also be able to take away a nugget or 2 to apply to their lives. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.
We'll be standing